Hello everyone. Today we are going to derive Einstein relation between Einstein coefficients. As you know, in case of laser, stimulated emission process that will amplify light. But in any assembly of atoms, as we have already discussed, that three type of transitions are possible. When atoms they are moving from ground state to excited state, that will be absorption transition, and since this transition that always require extra energy equal to the energy difference between these two, so this is stimulated absorption transition. Transition from 2 to 1 that can take place by two methods. If automatically after completing their lifetime, naturally after completing lifetime, atoms of state 2, if they are coming down to state 1 after emitting photons of energy equal to E2 minus E1, then that type of transition is known as spontaneous emission transition. And the third type of transition where you have a photon of energy E2 minus E1, and this photon is interacting with this excited atom, and because of this interaction between the electromagnetic field of this photon and these excited atoms, this transition from 2 to 1 is initiated. Means before completing their lifetime in excited state, atoms are coming down to state 1. So this transition is stimulated emission transition. So these three transitions are possible in any assembly of atoms when we are providing energy to them. It means the transition from state 1 to 2, that is decided by two factors. The first factor which will decide that how many atoms are present in state 1 to move, in order to move from state 1 to 2. From 1 to 2, how many atoms can go? It will be decided by the population of 1. It means this P12 directly depends upon N1. But the second factor, which is a deciding factor here, that is that how many photons per unit volume are available to trigger that transition from 1 to 2. It means this transition probability, it also depends upon this U nu, which is energy density term, which is number of photons per unit volume with energy h nu. So these two factors will decide this transition probability from 1 to 2. And since these transition probabilities were described by Einstein, so known as Einstein transition probabilities, and if you will remove this proportionality sign, you are going to get a constant here, and that constant is known as B12, Einstein coefficient of stimulated absorption. 1 to 2, that shows the transition from state 1 to 2. Second one, you have these few atoms in excited state which can stay there only for 10 raised to power minus 8 seconds. After that, they are automatically coming down. It means that transition from 2 to 1, that doesn't require any external trigger. That depends only upon this factor, that how many atoms are present in state 2. Greater the population of state 2, greater will be the transition probability from 2 to 1. So P2 to 1, that directly proportional to N2. Remove this proportionality sign, you will get a constant. And that constant is A21 here, which is known as Einstein coefficient of spontaneous emission. 2-1, that signifies the transition from 2 to 1. And A, that is for spontaneous process here. The third one is the transition probability from 2 to 1. That depends upon two factors. First factor, what is the population of state 2? It means P to 1 directly depends upon N2. And since this is not a natural or automatic process, for this transition, you require photons of energy E2 minus E1. It means if you have greater population, if you have greater number of photons per unit volume with energy h nu, then greater will be this transition probability from 2 to 1. So P to 1 in stimulated process, it directly depends upon N2 as well as this U nu term, that is energy density term, that is it depends upon number of photons per unit volume with energy h nu. So if you will remove that proportionality sign, you are going to get a constant here B21, which is coefficient of stimulated emission. Means you are going to get three coefficients. This is your first coefficient, which is coefficient of stimulated absorption. This is second coefficient, which is coefficient of stimulated emission. For stimulated process, you are going to use this notation. And the third one, which is spontaneous transition, for that you are getting A21 here. So these are three Einstein coefficients. Now that relationship which will correlate these Einstein coefficients, that is known as Einstein relation between Einstein coefficients. So in order to derive that relationship, what we are taking, we are having an assembly of atoms, big and not atoms, which are distributed in two states. The population of state 1 is N1, state 2 is N2, energy of state 1 is E1, energy of state 2 is E2, population N1 according to Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution, as we have already discussed, that at temperature T, the population of any state is depending upon its energy. So this is the population of 1 and this is the population of 2. So when you are providing energy to this assembly of atoms, then atoms can move from 1 to 2 or from 2 to 1 by these transitions. But when this system will achieve thermal equilibrium, then the transition probability from 1 to 2, that will be exactly equal to the transition probability from 2 to 1. It means P12 will be P21, and this P21, that is a combination of two factors. Two factors are there. First one is P21 spontaneous, and the second factor is P21 stimulated, because from 2 to 1 they can come down through two processes. One is spontaneous and one is stimulated. So you have to add these two. Now substitute the value of P12 from this equation and P21 spontaneous from here and P21 stimulated from here. After substitution you are getting this. Now you have to just simplify it in order to find the value of this U nu or energy density term. After solving, you are reaching at this particular point. Here, this V12, the coefficient of stimulated absorption, is exactly equal to the coefficient of stimulated emission when system is in thermal equilibrium. So if this is the case, then substitute V12 is equal to V21. You are getting this, and this N1 by N2, that can be obtained using equation number 4 and 5. So you are reaching at this equation number 6. And you also know that according to Planck's radiation law, this energy density or number of photons per unit volume, that is given by this relationship 8 pi h nu q upon c q e raised to pi h nu upon kT minus 1. So you have equation number 6 according to this assembly of atoms. Energy density is given by this, and according to Planck's radiation law, you have this relationship. Now compare 6 with 7. If you will compare these two, you are reaching at this point. A21 upon V21 is 8 pi h nu q upon CQ. As you can see here, 8 pi is constant, h is constant, c is constant. It means this A21 upon V21, it is depending upon this cube of frequency. So greater the frequency, greater will be the transition probability of spontaneous emission. Means the spontaneous emission, that will be more probable as compared to stimulated emission if the frequency is higher. So lesser the frequency, greater will the probability to get stimulated emission. And you know, in order to get laser, the probability of stimulated emission must be greater than the probability of spontaneous emission. So from here you can conclude that lesser the value of nu, lesser the frequency, greater is the possibility to get stimulated emission. So this is the relationship, or you can say this particular equation is correlating the coefficients of Einstein coefficients of stimulated emission and spontaneous emission. Since this V21 is exactly V12, so you can replace it by V12. So this is the relationship which is known as Einstein relation between Einstein coefficients. Thank you.